we're doing now is we're going to put the vent cap on. And this is all corked up because I couldn't get to this prior to the weekend, and it rained like a banshee for the last couple of days. So normally this gets mounted right to the roof, and between the plastic piece would go this butyl tape, and then as everybody knows, this dries out. It's nice and pliable now, but it dries out, and eventually water will seep under there and get inside and cause a leak. Worse is all the water that's flowing as you're driving, this way is the front of the camper, will force its way, constantly beating the heck out of this forward part. So basically we're going to change that by installing this. So I just measured out a piece of wood, 2 pieces of wood, glued them together, cut out a centerpiece, did like a basket here, wrapping a present I mean, and this will go over this and get heat welded down, similar to that. So now when we mount this here, this is going to be too low, so I went to Lowe's and bought a little adapter coupling, and it's so tight I don't even need to worry about glue, and this will go over and everybody will be happy. So that's how that's going to go. So first step is we're going to have to clean the area. Those gray marks are left over from some tape that I had over there. Got about 5 days of straight rain here in New Jersey. Okay, now that that's clean, we're going to take this device, which is a heat gun, which is what we use for heat welding. So once we turn that on, we're going to take this piece, it's going to go that way, get it straight, and then what we do is we'll put the heat gun under here, and eventually it will seal all this. It'll actually weld the 2 pieces of rubber together. So I'm going to heat the gun up and then we'll come back. So here's another view. Essentially all this will get sealed. When you apply heat, they'll melt together. And that's actually going to be better than, way better than this junk. I've heard on the internet that once this stuff dries out, it starts to absorb water, which is an interesting application for something that you'd like to see last a while. So we're not using any of this. This TPO roof, 60 mil, it's got a black bottom, white top. We were actually walking on this yesterday in the heat, and it was actually pretty cool. So the trick here is to get in the back of this as far back as you can and do an initial seal, and then finish it by welding around the outside edges. So pretty much for the whole length of this will be sealed. So this is almost pool liner type sealant. It's impossible for water to get in. And like I said, any water, if we were looking at rain rushing from the front of the vehicle while you're driving down the road here, would hit this, curl up, get blocked by this piece, and then be stuck and have to go around right or left of what we're trying to seal. So eventually water really is not going to make its way into this camper. So we'll go ahead and start the heat gun, and we'll show you how this welds up. is healed. So now we know that all these edges are sealed properly, so water is not going to make it through here. And under here, if you can see, we went ahead and sealed with adhesive caulking, not just caulking, but adhesive caulking, so that no water can make its way between this top part and the folded over piece. And what we used for that was a product called Adhesive Sealant Fast Cure 5200 from 3M. It is made for penetrations through boat hulls. So this should be the stuff, the Rolls-Royce of adhesive sealants, and it's important that it's an adhesive sealant, not just a sealant like caulking, because you want something that's going to stick. Upside, it's made by 3M, so it's probably very good. It's made for boat hulls, through hull fittings, which means it's tested for being submerged. The downside is it's $23 a canister, which means if you need 5 or 6 of these things, it gets a little pricey, but after all this work, might as well do it.